Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Hey, listen.
Vibe mic, vibe mic. Vibe mic. Vibe mic.
Be ready. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Disgruntled Brewing from Perham, Minnesota. Shout out to my homie Chris and also Cyrus for sending down a nice little package of beer. Fellas, what do you think?
It's good. It's dope. I'm still learning the ropes of all this beer, but smooth.
Hey, I need that one of those stouts. They got those?
Yeah, they do stouts. They do stouts.
All right.
I feel like with beer, the more you drink, the better you'll get at, appreciating it. So,
Or the more drunk you'll get.
yeah, that too. The more drunk you'll get for sure.
Or fat.
Yeah. Also supplied the merchandise here with the Disgruntled crew neck. So, yeah, we'll be drinking a lot more of their beer tonight for the episode.
Oh, yeah, good looking, man, for real. This stuff is pretty solid. Shouts to y'all. Where's that?
Perham, so it's up.
Oh.
It's in Minnesota, so it's
Yeah, their team.
shy of Duluth for sure, but they're closer to, I think, like the Fargo-Moorhead area, too.
Okay.
Off the grid for sure.
All right. Well, not bad.
Appreciate the beer.
I approve. Yeah, what is the type that I'm drinking right now?
So you're drinking a sour. What is it called? Rapid Goza to Disgruntled
Fam, they gave us a lot of
from
beers.
over there. So it's a Goza lager. Tim, read it for me.
Yeah, so this is a Goza Lager barrel-aged honey, cranberries, and smoked sea salt brewed in collaboration with Rapids Brewing.
Nice.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds appealing.
Yeah, I got to learn
different.
IPA, sour lager, ETA, GPA. You got to teach you all that.
ASL.
I'm down with
AOL.
OPP.
Right?
You know me.
They too young. They don't remember that. They too young.
I'm ordering all y'all.
Get my stimmy from OMC.
Speaking of STEMI, has anybody gotten theirs?
Yeah, I got mine.
I got my stimmy. The weekend I took off, I actually got paid.
That shit went,
you did?
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
But now,
So I'm gonna start skipping episodes. I'm gonna get paid.
we're getting two more. Nah.
We're
I
getting
thought this is one more for
Our-
$1,400.
Yeah, look, it's already dwindling. First, it's supposed to be new 2 racks. Now, it's 1,400.
Yeah.
That's good. We'll take that, folks.
Yeah, they said it was subtracted from.
Damn. I need
No. I
quick,
saw
though.
I saw somebody tweet that was like, that inauguration looks hella nice for a nigga that owe me 2,000.
All right. So we good to go?
Good to go.
Sir.
All right.
They filing in, bro.
Man, we got some. All right, let's
They
go.
filing in.
All right.
The usher got to make sure people.
6 feet, guys. 6
Yeah,
feet.
6
6
feet.
feet.
All right, let's intro. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right. Welcome everybody once again to the Five Mics Podcast, episode 26. That's halfway through to 52. We on here.
Yes, sir.
Want to welcome our special guests in the audience for sure. People way in the back. We see y'all. I know it's tough down. Can we get the light back there? Yeah, we appreciate it.
Is that a dude with an Alabama hat?
What? Oh, you gotta
kick
get out.
him out, dog. Kick
Security,
him out.
can we get the guy with the Alabama hat?
Gotta go.
But anyway, yeah.
He got the roll tide.
Episode 26, live and in the flesh. I am back in the soda for right now. My fellas are here with me, of course. We got Monte, we got Io, we got Tim, we got James. How are you guys doing this evening?
Good, man. It's good to see you in person, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whatever.
New day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like something different in the air.
Yeah, feels
Does
like,
it, though?
Feels like a different 4.
It
Does
didn't
it?
feel. I don't know. I didn't wake up and feel anything out of the ordinary except like going on social media. I saw like so many things. There was this one lady. She was like 9 months pregnant. She was like, I looked down and I told my baby, you can finally come out now. I'm like, really? It's not. It's
not that serious.
It's not that serious. But not for real. I know. Like I was looking on social media all day. Everyone was looking. A lot of people were looking relieved. Yeah. Like they're ushering in a new era. They're feeling good. You guys know my stance. I don't care about politics either way. It's not going to affect my life. But I know that you're having a mental effect on people. So I'm glad people feel like they got a clean slate and everything. So it's good.
I wouldn't say so much like a clean slate, but everybody was like all amped up about the inauguration. Like you said, not too cared about like politics and things like that. I was like not willing to watch it anyways because I got other things to do better than sit there and watch some TV about some dude getting elected to presidency. I mean, Kamala, congrats and take my hat off to her, but whatever, 46th president of my ass.
Damn.
VP. But no, I think that's a big deal. It's definitely a difference. Like if you look at that picture that they post, with all the vice presidents, 45 of them white men, and then you see Kamala Harris, black women. That is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
I like to.
Right.
I want to relish in that and say that at least, especially as for us being black men, like our daughters can see that and say, "Damn, that could be me at some point."
Yep.
It's good to see that type of person or somebody that looks like you in that type of position, even though we might not rock with the politics and shit. It still is kind of like, damn, that's pretty dope.
I'm just gonna say this: he's 78 years old.
Yeah, we're not worried about him. He's out of here.
I don't really.
old.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying.
Kamala's going to be.
So
the
what's his
president.
timetable?
Let's just
He won't make. He won't make it more than 2 years.
let's just start it tomorrow. Let's
Yeah,
just
let's get him out of here.
He got
the inevitable.
COVID. The
Let's
inevitable.
just figure something out, bro.
Get him out
I
of
mean,
here.
I saw him doing the speech when he was like, I think he was signing the Paris Accords. Like, dude, he was struggling to get through the monologue just through that. So it's
Well,
gonna
no,
be,
he has like
it's gonna be
there's-
tough on him.
He has something wrong with his speech. That's why.
He is.
Yeah, there's like literally something like.
I don't
wrong
mind the
with his
nigga, but he
Yeah.
just got to go, bro. At
Do you
this
listen-
point,
do you listen to how he like sounds though? Because we had the audio on at work in one of the back rooms, and I swear I had to ask the people I was with. I'm like, "Yo, is that Trump talking?" And it was Biden, but their voices I swear
yeah.
are similar.
It's old white man voice.
Oh, okay.
bro, they all programmed to do the same
What we
thing.
sound like Milton Bradley.
That's why once Kamala gets in, the whole thing
It shift-
literally
that's when it shifts?
They're gonna shake the room
Why the inauguration look black though? Like it was Obama again. They
because
had J-Lo perform. Niggas was in
Because
Dior, Jordan.
had
They put it
to.
together.
they are riding. You saw
They stole the black vote. They got to do black
shit.
things.
It was
My
clean as
bad.
hell.
Wait. Big shout out to Shorty. Damn. Oh, Amanda Gorman for giving the poetic.
Oh, the poem.
I guess that's say poem. But yeah, that was pretty dope. She's only 22, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of this.
I didn't watch a second of the inauguration.
I treat it like NBA, bro. I just give my highlights on Instagram. Like,
Let's talk about some of the.
I didn't even watch. I haven't watched any Obama's.
Yeah, I ain't
didn't
watching
watch
them.
it. Trump's didn't watch it.
Well, I
Biden's
watched the
didn't watch
inauguration for Obama because him had a concert.
I was like eight. I was like eight.
It was the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Nigga
I was
should've
18.
like-
I was
This
probably
shit look
drunk
like sound
somewhere.
set.
He said I was probably drunk.
I was at
18.
Winona. Yeah, they like filed us all. They made it super easy. They filed us all in to vote in the cafeteria.
I just
And
get
then Obama won,
disappointed.
and then we just got slapped.
People ride. They ride the
I don't remember what
wave.
happened
They ride the
after
wave
that.
for one day, maybe a couple days, maybe a week, and then after that they go back to normal.
I mean, it's inauguration day.
I know,
So I
but
mean, you should ride the wave, no homo, for one day.
it's not gonna change your life.
What's homo about riding the wave?
Might. I don't know.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like
Somebody
I,
might have thought of
I
a
don't.
wave.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
It's quarantine. People don't have
Yeah, come
things
on
to
in.
do,
You're fine.
You know?
Yep.
And it's a big moment for some people. Like, I always have my views of how I feel about politicians. But hey, like I said a couple episodes ago, Joe, you get a clean slate. You get a clean slate with me. We'll see what you do.
Yeah.
Everybody who's supposed to be in power is gonna be part. I'm gonna bite my tongue and see what happens. I have no
Hey, cheers, that
idea.
nigga Joe. Cheers.
Salud.
Calling him Joe.
Joe Blow.
Joe B. Joe Button.
Joe Beasy. Joe Beasy.
Let's talk about these pardons, though.
Sniper gang. Kodak. Yeah.
How did Kodak make the list?
Bruh.
It's Kodak.
They didn't.
Why would
They-
he?
I thought he was going to get Tiger King, though.
They didn't want to
That's
see
what I
him
thought.
win.
I thought
Yeah.
Joe Exotic was going to
I don't
be.
want to see him win it.
Free Joe Exotic.
Yeah, should have been.
But
Yeah,
nah, it's because his name's Joe, bro. Trump wasn't fucking.
Oh,
shit!
damn.
Hit the button on these niggas.
Damn.
Conspiracy.
Oh, he ain't messing with no Joes.
that
That's
might
messed
be it.
up.
Because he don't want to be average.
Yeah,
Average Joe.
But so clearly at this point, the whole Lil Wayne thing, that was a plot.
Oh,
From the
Wayne
get,
was
he
plotting.
knew the charges
Wayne
were
was
coming.
plotting. Yeah.
And then we were talking about before the pod. I'm like, bro, if I'm facing 10, 15 years, I'll wear a Confederate flag t-shirt.
No, you can tattoo that shit on my back.
Bro. I'll do whatever I gotta do. I don't care. Yeah, I'm good.
Bro, when you shared that in the group chat this morning, I was going, hold on. Kodak and Lil Wayne, where does this even come into play?
Right.
But no Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah, Shmurda should have got
He's
it.
out in like
He's
2
getting
weeks.
out. Yeah, he's
too
getting
much.
out.
They keep saying
Let's
that.
do it now.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
They keep pushing back his deadline every
But didn't
time.
Trump win Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
No, not Joe Exotic. Kodak's from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
But them niggas didn't vote at all.
Niggas can't vote.
but he's like,
all
oh,
felonies.
He's like, let me get one to the dude.
Hey, but who else did they pardon from death row?
Suge Knight.
No, it was another. Some record exec from like death row or some like old night who
Bro,
got
it was
caught
like
for
26
something.
people. I couldn't even.
But
get
in
it.
all seriousness, was he only doing it like for people like with some status of like celebrity, or was he actually doing?
Nah.
he was taking real life people
I
that we.
think he pardoned all of the people that got arrested while he was.
Yeah, his whole team, the people that supported him, that got arrested for like defrauding and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he freed them. Like,
But nobody was actually shouting out
Stephen
and post.
Bannon.
yeah, Steve Bannon is the
The
biggest one
former
on
White
there.
House chief strategist.
Yeah, so he basically, they were saying that he
Yeah, once again, fuck Donald Trump.
what?
And Stephen A. Smith.
What do you mean?
I thought you voted.
I ain't vote for no goddamn Trump.
Well, no, one thing that
Boy, hold on. I'm gonna cancel this whole podcast.
one thing that pissed me off. So, like a lot of people don't know. Do you guys know who Julian Assange is?
No, I'm sure
So
you're gonna
exactly.
tell
A
us.
lot
though.
of those people right now.
No. So basically, like long story short, like
He said exactly.
so, like Julian Assange. He's this. You guys ever heard of WikiLeaks?
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
So-
you're gonna tell us again.
Julian Assange, he's like the founder of WikiLeaks. So this dude was like, he was like a real journalist. He was like exposing war crimes, like similar to Eric Snowden, who like released all the NSA files and stuff that were spying on us. So this dude's like a real journalist, a real freedom fighter. He's been in exile. He's been in prison in like different countries for like 10 different years. And you like in the United States has a history of like throwing people in jail who like expose their secrets. And he was one of these people, right? So there's supposed to be this whole big thing, you know, Trump is supposed to be, you know, fighting for the people, you know, trying to go against drain the swamp or whatever. And he didn't pardon Julian Assange, who was like the number one person who deserved it out of anybody. So like he just went out like a bitch, and like there was plenty of opportunity for him to do something good, at least with that. And like a lot of people were saying, hey, if you free Julian Assange, like I don't care what you did, you at least get 2 or 3 cool points. And he didn't even do that. So like that just shows me that, you know, all the real corruption and power, like it doesn't matter who you are, they're going to keep the people locked up who they really want to keep locked up. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, there's
free
a
my
certain
dude Julian
person- There's a
Assange.
certain person who didn't kill himself, but that's
Exactly,
What was that exactly?
exactly.
Whatever happened to that girl?
Elaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Elaine, yeah. She ain't getting pardoned. Oh, matter of fact, I was
I'm
chopping
surprised
it
she's
up.
still alive.
My guy was saying something about how what she was doing. She was using submarines. Y'all hear that? So like when they was going to the islands, yeah, they weren't flying the people out there. They weren't driving.
Oh,
them.
I
They
thought you
using-
meant like right now. I was like,
Nah,
yeah?
this is back when she was doing all this stuff with these kids.
damn.
Yeah, bro. I mean, these people are sick, man.
They got money, so
I mean,
I'm surprised.
it should not be that serious.
random, but this reminds me of the show that I'm watching. It's called Your Honor. It's on Showtime, I want to say, or Stars. So it has Buddy from Breaking Bad.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Pretty good fucking show.
Aaron Paul.
Not other one. The
No,
main
Bryan
guy.
Cranston.
Oh, Bryan Cranston's in it.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
fucking show.
Why is he a good like
He's a
TV
beast.
show actor?
He's just a
He's
beast.
a good actor.
He was over for Malcolm in the Middle, wasn't he?
Malcolm in the Middle, the dad. Yeah.
Shout out Patrick. He was on the first episode of that. But so the plot is he's a judge, Your Honor, obviously. His son kills a kid and hit and run and leaves the kid to die. The kid ends up being like a big time mobster's son or whatever. Not a mobster, but gang guy son. And it just goes from there. It's fucking crazy.
Damn.
It's
Like
one of
the
those
judge's
limited-
son.
Yep. No, the judge's son kills the mob guy's son.
Okay, I got you.
And a hit and
Nice.
run. So he's trying to cover it up. It's fucking dope. I can't break anything else down. 'Cause
I'll watch
give
that.
it away.
I'll be streaming it
What else
tonight.
do we watch? Don't you watch Bridgerton, Tim?
I don't watch no Bridgerton.
Was that you said that you watched that?
My shorty watches Bridgerton. I don't know
Somebody
nothing.
in the
Oh,
audience,
couple people out
yo,
there
people in
watching.
the
Okay,
audience,
well, did you? All right,
that?
so
How's
did you
that?
watch this scene where they said like she raped some dude?
Nah.
What's that about?
She raped the dude?
There's like I guess there's like a scene in Bridgerton where I guess like the girl character in the movie like she raped the dude. And like there was like a big debate about it, like if what she did in the show was like a guy to a girl, like it would have been rape. But since it was a girl, it didn't count. So there was like this big debate about it on Twitter.
You sure
I
it's
don't know.
Bridgerton?
It was Bridgerton. Yeah, she's nodding. So
We got
apparently,
like 20 people
apparently,
out there
apparently
in
they
the
know
stands
about
around
it.
saying, yeah.
All right, well,
You have to watch the episodes.
Do you guys watch Your Honor? Anybody out there? Your Honor? No? Oh. Okay.
Last time I heard of Your Honor, that wasn't a good idea. So I ain't watching that.
But it's a limited series, so I think it's only like 10 episodes.
So I ain't watching that shit.
Black Bachelor. Black Bachelor? You watching that?
Has anybody watched it?
Black Bachelor. How's that going? Good.
Oh, shoot. Somebody said this to me the other day.
About The Bachelor?
Yeah, they were like, what do you think about, because they listened to the podcast, and they said, what do you think about gum? How do you feel in regards to them or actually the Bachelor wanting to end up with a white girl and to also only have white girls as his options as a black man.
I hate that they didn't cast me because I would have been the same dude.
All right, and I'm out. Send him out. Yes,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'll be like Chris Tucker, nigga.
We gonna start a new show called The Nigga.
No, but I feel
we not.
I feel no ways because like living in Rochester, it's the same thing here. Like what's my pool here is white girls.
Yeah, but you don't have a choice per se.
Wouldn't you think they'd have like an application for that guy?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so what kind of girls do you prefer? White girls, about 5'8".
It's called controversy because controversy always sells.
Controversy sells every time.
That's all it is.
Exactly.
Him saying that, doing that, that's all he's doing it for.
Yeah.
Because it's going to boost
Go
the
walk in front of
ratings.
the camera, please.
And people are going to be talking about it, but realistically, you know damn well that's not going to fly.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen The Bachelor.
Me neither.
I never watched The Bachelor 2. But
Wait, so the beef was that he had an all white girl cast?
Yeah, that he requested.
That he requested it, and that's. I don't know if they want him to end up like that or end up with a white girl, or I'm about to try to find it to see if it has
It's the
like
same
a
thing.
pool
Who was
of
on
women.
the yacht that?
Well, yeah, if it
white girls.
like he said, if it matches his actual dating preferences.
So do you have a preference
then it's
on?
fine.
Let's get into that. So do we have a preference on race when it comes to women?
Do we?
I've never been with a black woman my whole life.
Same.
So it's been like 99.9% white women, a couple Asian women.
so
And-
99.9.
99.9.
That's some Tim math.
So it has
It goes to
be-
100%, not 101%.
body count thing. You gotta have like 1 million in your body count thing. If it's 99.9,
We'll make it 95 point. Carry the one. I
This
don't
nigga
fucking
making
know.
up radio stations.
But I've never been a black girl.
All right, I'm
Only
looking at-
primarily white women. For
I'm looking
sure.
at the whole roster of women right now. I know that sounded weird, but there's black chicks
Yeah,
in there.
there's black. Yeah,
Of yours or The Bachelor?
Both.
there's a lot.
Oh yeah, it's few. But I think the thing was
Might
they
have to
want
go
him
and
to
watch
end
The
up with a
Bachelor.
white girl. I think they want him to end up with. Get off the roster.
No, but seriously, wouldn't that be better though? Like to have
What?
like an interracial relationship. That way, like people can see that. Like, look at commercials. Like commercials pump that shit like a motherfucker now.
Yeah.
Interracial relationship.
They also pump cigarettes.
I don't pump no cigarette. I'll do an
Alcohol,
interracial
like-
relationship.
So you saying interracial is cancer?
No.
Oh.
Or sometimes
That's
it might be.
100%.
Might be a cancer to a race. You never know. Ooh, we can get into that. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the button.
No, so I'm gonna answer the question because you asked it. My preference choice would be
Why do you always do this?
no what it's, white man. I said it. Yeah,
I know,
white
we-
girls.
Okay.
They like me, so I like them back.
I understand. So I think
Actually, I like any girl that like me back. Fuck it.
So what's it called?
That's what a single man would do.
during quarantine. We watched
17 minutes.
17.
we watched
Minutes?
Love is Blind, and then that was a show. I don't know if you guys seen that show, but that's a show where initially what happens is you make the connection. You got the door or the wall in between you, and then you don't know the person you're talking to, so you make the connection, right? And then eventually you meet each other, and then you go from there. Some relationships didn't work out just because once they met each other, they was headstrong or whatever it was. But that show, there was a couple on there. It was an interracial couple. It was a black shorty and this white dude. And even still now, they're still together. They're booming on Instagram. And I mean, I think everybody championed that relationship because everybody wanted to see that happen. And a lot of times when you see stuff like that, though, I feel like it's always the other way around where it's a black male and a white
That's what I was
female.
about to think about.
You know what I'm saying? So like even with it being 2021, just seeing a black female with the white male, it's still, for me personally, I'm still not used to it.
It's a double standard. I'm not used to it. I don't like seeing it.
You don't like seeing it?
What,
So
seeing
why?
other people?
But-
So sorry.
It doesn't make any sense. Why?
I don't like seeing it. I don't know, man. It's
You don't
just,
like seeing
it's
a
weird
white
to me,
guy
man.
with a black girl? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't like it.
What?
Is it one of those you're taking all our
Not one
girls?
bit.
Yeah, why?
I think that.
I don't know, man. It's just like I couldn't see my sisters dating a white guy.
See, that we always have this weird like we exclusively date white women, but then we want to pull like
You don't
these
want-
weird pro-black
Yeah.
No,
See,
I'm not like saying like pro
I don't
black.
think it's-
I'm just saying like I wouldn't want to
we
see my
did talk
sisters.
about that before.
It's like a weird little pro-black trope that you don't want
Yeah.
people taking your sisters, but like you not dating the sisters. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not dating the sisters. So like, why should you care?
Actually, I don't want to see my sisters dating nobody.
Can we be pro-black? Oh, don't open it now. Don't open it now.
You can't. I don't, you can be pro-black, but I don't think you can be like. For me, it's a little suspect if you're like super duper militant, like you're rocking nothing but Malcolm X shirts, kente cloths, and then like you're dating white women. No, you gotta be fully correct with that shit, in my opinion. If you're gonna go that far.
Well, so with that being said, we have a friend who is dating a black shorty and he's white.
Yeah.
And
we do.
we do.
I don't got no
And
friends like that.
yeah, you do. And realistically, I don't even
Tell
see
me
it
about
that
my
way
friends.
because the thing is, we know him, and
Nobody messes with my friends.
he's not being over the top, like trying to be black. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's just being himself, and it's one of them things where it's like he's our homie, and it's dope. So when we see him with the black shorty, we don't even think about
I
that.
saw
Like
him. He was drinking. He's joined the gang or something. So
Who's this?
so one of his friends
Wait,
he joined the gang.
My homies can date black girls.
Is Sean
My white homies can date
is
black
Sean
girls.
King married?
Is Sean King black?
Is Sean King married?
Is he
Probably.
If
Probably
his
married to a
wife,
black chick.
she has to be black.
Oh, from everything he said.
That's the type of shit I'm saying. She has to be black.
Yeah.
Sean King can't date white women.
For all the content and shit to be posted.
Why were you?
Yeah,
why
he
we-
can.
So we just gonna act like he's just black, huh?
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
black.
Well, first of all, he's not.
I think he's mixed, right?
No, he's not. Sean King is a white man.
I still
for
don't.
real?
For sure.
Nice mix. Look at him.
I still don't like Logic, man.
He's Rachel Dolezal, bro.
He
Do you
got
know
like
what that
beat
is?
into a coma by like a group of white dudes.
He went to Morehouse. This nigga more black than me.
what y'all send in the group chat from that Atlanta TV show?
Harrison. Identified as a 34-year-old white man.
He looks like a kid in play. He looks like the dude that had
He's definitely white.
He had his hands on the head.
Without a question.
You gonna watch
Brown
Game of
belt.
Thrones tonight?
What kind of IPAs you have on tap? Nah, yeah. So Harrison gets the award, but what are you looking up now?
I'm trying to see if he's black.
No, Sean King is white.
What about Logic?
Logic is he looks white, but he's half black.
Man,
No, but anyways, yeah, like if you're gonna be super pro one position, you can't. I don't think you should be dating people of other races. Or like, on the flip side, there's a lot of like people of color who will be like racism, this, and then they have like a white, they have like a white spouse. You know what I mean?
Well, even this, because Michael B. Jordan now is with Lori Harvey, and a lot of times people always said that he did not like black women, like he was anti-black women, and I think at one point in time he made it a point to say he doesn't even date black women, and then now he's with Lori Harvey. So
You
I
think
don't
that's
know.
gonna last?
With her,
Hope
hell
it don't
no.
last. Because you got her on your wish list, right?
Yeah, she a man eater, and I do not have her on my wish list.
And we
Meek
can't cut that
Mill.
out.
That's a bar.
That was Drake. Nah, it was Meek Mill. All right, good convo, I guess. Are we done?
with that
No,
question,
actually, want to say happy birthday, happy belated. Well, no, yeah, happy belated to Martin Luther King and happy Martin Luther King Day. Celebrated last Monday. What was that? 2 days ago.
Monday, yeah.
Also, happy birthday to Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Let's just get this out. Some flowers. Big shout out to Delonte West and Mark Cuban for getting him in that situation and kind of keep pushing him. I guess he's back in communication with his mother, which is great. He has a job working at rehab center or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is great. Good to see him doing okay. Kyrie Irving said he was going through some things, and we kind of said that, or I said that, I think. He's really. I want to salute him for protecting his mental. You know, like Marshawn Lynch said, because I think that's the first thing. Fuck basketball. Like, if you're not okay, you need to worry about that first. You know, yeah, he's making money. Yeah, we see these celebrities as fucking celebrities instead of humans. You know, there's humans with a gift that, you know, have the ability to do something. So,
Can we just name it off real
definitely
quick?
big on
So,
Yeah.
just because it's that dope, and I think people need to.
Yeah,
people
and that's
need
what
to
I
see
was
it.
saying. Like, nobody wants to highlight the good things he does.
So we gonna, because I know I gave him a hard time last week, so I'm gonna go ahead here. So he's donated $323,000 to Feeding America, partnered with City Harvest to ensure that 250,000 meals were distributed to New Yorkers, partnered with Nike to donate 17 pallets of food and meals and masks to the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, committed $1.5 million to help pay WNBA players who opted out of the 2020 season, paid off the college tuition of 9 HBCU students from Lincoln University, purchased a house for the family of George Floyd, according to the former NBA player Steven Jackson. And so, I mean, that's just that's just what he's just done in this short span.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I know everybody has this thing where you're a basketball player, shut up and dribble, go out there and play basketball. If he wants to take time off because he's dealing with all these things and he wants, like he said, he wanted to pause. When you're doing all this stuff, I completely understand why you need to pause.
Right.
So big ups to this dude for real.
Yeah, I like it. I'm with it.
And I'm gonna apologize to James Harden too because I was giving him a hard time. I feel as black men, I don't really understand why we do this, and I do it myself. We don't need to be putting each other down. And I know last week I gave him a hard time about being overweight and not scoring 20 points and just go play basketball for Houston. And now he's in a good place. He had a triple-double his first game with the Nets. And I think he even called out a lot of people, and he shouted out D-Wade. He said D-Wade's probably the only person that kept it real with them.
Yeah, and Shaq threw him under the bus.
Who didn't throw him under the bus? Stephen A. Smith, fuck him. You know what I mean? So it's just the more you think about that kind of stuff, man, it's like we do got to do better as black men for real because, I mean, hey, man, we've all had jobs where we didn't want to be at and ain't nobody watching us and telling us to just show up and go to work.
Right.
You know, so I'm gonna straight up apologize to him because I was wrong for that.
What did you even say?
Huh?
I don't remember.
I called him James Hardy's.
James Hardy.
Hardy's.
For James Harden?
He had a fat suit on.
I was on him, bro.
It was more so like
I thought you were talking about Kyrie.
I was on him too.
No one talks about Kyrie. Io voice.
So we can't. So what's wrong with making fun of James Harden?
I mean, you can make fun of him, but
Yeah.
I just don't. Like I said, I'm a strong advocate for not putting down, especially another black man. You know, we're already facing up. Obviously, if you're doing some dumb shit, then yeah, I'm not fucking with you. But
Right.
for the most part, I want to kind of make sure that whatever I say is positive in a sense. I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna have my opinion, I should say, on things. You know, yeah, he did look fat, and now he doesn't. You know, but
Right.
I'm never gonna say like you should only worry about basketball because I'm the same way. Like I never wanted to be a basketball player like that.
Right.
I wanted to be known for more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the difference between not talking down on people, but actually having like some constructive criticism, wanting them to do better, right? So even if we go back to like the Kamala Harris situation, yes, first black female VP of all time, right? But like I had all those previous episodes where I was talking about all the things that I did not like that she did throughout her record being a prosecutor. Like for me, I don't want to like erase all that from my mind, just because she's black, right? Yeah. It's like, where do we draw that line from? Do we always want to big up black people, or like now when they're in a position to do something, are we gonna treat her with kid gloves now? Like I said, I'm gonna be open minded about everything, but if she starts fucking up, am I allowed to say it? Right? Or am I allowed? Yeah. But if she really starts fucking up, because like that's the one thing I worry about, especially like with the media. Like if the media is on your side, they're gonna like whitewash just to get rid of every bad thing you do, right? And if they hate you, they're gonna highlight the things that you do bad, right? So in our case, I feel like we have to hold up like some level of scrutiny instead of just being like, oh my gosh, like every time a black person does something, it's like a win. Like for me, that's not the way I feel. Every time a black person does something, it's not a win. Mm-hmm. It's when they do it effectively. It's when they do it well.
But that's why
it's a win for me.
That's why I can apologize now, because I'm not apologizing for what I said, because I already said what I said. I'm more just apologizing for the fact that I just spoke out of school and I just said something that at the time I felt like was right, but then now I can look at it and be like, hey man, I know I said that, but I can still apologize and correct myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Joe Biden, 94 crime bill, the list goes on. Kamala Harris, all the stuff that we talked about before. Yeah, I mean, we can't erase that, but at the same time, it's like, hey, there's a new slate.
Right.
We got to move forward. You know what I mean? You got to forgive and forget.
Yeah, but speaking of like the scrutiny that Io just said about being black, I feel like meeting black people, hanging out with black men and things like that, the microscope is on us so much where I feel like everybody has to be doing a great job, because the negativity comes out even more so if you fuck up. Yeah. And I feel like that all falls back on you being the black person that somebody else would know. Like, oh, we love you, but what about your friends? Yeah. It's like, you should probably love my friends the same way because you never met them. You don't know them. You know, so treat them how you treat me. But it's just hard to do that when you really don't know that person.
But if you black and above 25 and you haven't understood that, you light years behind, bro.
You think 25 is the age?
Only reason I say 25 because I feel like you've had to literally mold yourself for what you're dealing with right now. because you already know how it is when you're black. You always got to make sure you on top of your shit at all
Right,
times.
right.
So I mean, by the time you in your 30s as a black man, if you're not watching the way you move, if you're not watching your surroundings, you should have been learned that.
Right.
Right.
But some of
So,
us seem to,
go ahead.
some of us have a different life. He said that
That's what I was gonna
the racism that I grew up with in the South is totally different than when we were saying back to should we worried about getting shot as a black man. A couple of us were like, yeah, we worry about, like, we think about that. Aya was like, I don't think about that. He doesn't hold himself to that as a black man. He should have molded himself into thinking like that. So some
Right.
people just move different. And
Right. I said I never worried about getting shot by the police. I still don't. I never had the feeling that like I had to work twice as hard as a white man to succeed. I don't. I haven't, and I've succeeded more than white men. I never had the feeling that like I don't know. I guess it was like just maybe the way I was raised. Like it was never. I never had that mode that like I had to be watching out for my back. Like obviously I had regular things that happened, like been followed around the store,
Right.
been pulled over for no reason. Like I got like the racism 101, like foundation racism. People don't like you because you're black. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got that. But then like the other like extra stuff on top of it, yeah, it just never happened for me. I don't know if does it get to a point where it's like almost unhealthy to be like overly concerned about that stuff? You know what I mean?
yeah, I understand completely. So yeah, I think that we all have a different way of looking at it.
Right.
With your, apologizing to James Harden, never gonna hear this, but and then him on it, maybe with all these people here, and then on him saying, "Hey, you don't have to apologize." I just think that shit's
We
different
just
views.
we live in the world of receipts though. So it's one of those things where if you say, tweet, write anything, somebody's always going to be able to find that information, find that. So with me, I could say what I said, but if I can man up and apologize for what I said, I could also be the same person who would be like, yeah, I did say that at one point in time, but don't hold my words to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody's going to try to do.
Once we get that blue check, they're going to start tabbing all these old ass episodes.
Remember when you said this at
Oh yeah, when I said FJ to Pinkett, when I said
what?
I said FJ to Pinkett Smith. I'm still
Bugs.
saying that.
What's up with us in the Smiths? Because I don't like Stephen A. Smith no more. Damn.
Well, that's a pretty common last name. So there's a lot of.
It's a black.
I don't know, dude.
It's like a black slave last name.
Was that
Smith?
We all got
Smith
like slave last
Johnson.
names.
No, the fuck I don't.
I do not have I have a
I know some of y'all last
non-slave.
names.
I have direct lineage to niggas that we're not taking anywhere. They're still there.
How
we
many
know
syllables in your last name? What are you talking about? We know what?
your name Higgs.
Your
bro.
name ain't Tim.
It's Toby.
Yeah, it is Toby, motherfucker. Straight from Sudanese, talking about some fucking. My name is
Sudan,
Tim.
not Sudanese.
I don't give a fuck
but-
where he's from.
All right, let's get in.
Where are you from again?
Oh, now you want to chime in?
East
I'm
Kenya?
sorry, I fuck with your African brother.
Oh God.
Can we not get the black on black crime right now, please?
No, this is good. This
Africans
is good
versus
nature.
black.
This is good nature.
Do this.
Like,
Do this. Do this.
rest in
we on
pe-
video. We on video.
no,
what?
rest in peace.
What?
Oh, it's gone.
What?
It's gone.
Rest in peace.
Oh, you finally got rid of it.
to the bracelet. They got ripped off.
He used to rock around with Kenya. He ain't never been to Kenya a day in his life.
Same thing. You never
Nigga,
been
you
to
was in
Sudan.
Sudan
I was
for
born-
a day and a half.
he was
man.
You say you were born in where?
Hey, let's
Falls.
relationship. Let's talk relationship. I'm not trying to do this.
Are we jumping straight to the relationship?
I don't care. I'm not
We got to
doing
make
this.
this pod a little shorter so
All
we
right,
get
cool.
the people.
All right, so Tim asked the question. Then I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
Is
We're
there
gonna get
levels
into
to
the
love?
relationship corner.
This is. Is there levels to love?
So can I? Okay, I'm gonna elaborate on what I said. So
Yeah, because what the
clear their
fuck kind of
throat.
question was that?
so
That's the
so
question he asked.
when I say levels to love, what I mean is if you're in a relationship in your early 20s and you're in a relationship in your mid 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, those are different levels, right? So now, if I was in a relationship in my early 20s and we split up, it didn't work out, I'm gonna be like, oh, we was kids. I keep it moving, right? Because for me, love at that age isn't true love. And that's just me speaking. Now, if I'm in my 30s, 40s, and I was with somebody and it didn't work out at that point in time, if you go through some crisis and if you go through a situation where you're really, like, it's hard to deal with, I understand. Because at that point in time, I feel like you're established. You've been through situations. And so that's why I think there's levels where it's more serious at an older age than it is at a younger age. That's how I look at it.
Okay. I don't agree.
Yeah.
I think it's about where you're at in your life. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. So a 40-year-old, we could say a 40-year-old working a dead-end job. We don't really have to make it like job-wise, but a 40-year-old with a mindset of I want to go out still, yada, yada, it's not going to be the same as a 25-year-old saying I'm ready to do this. I want to get a wife. I want to get married. Like, that's a mindset thing. So the love, even if that 25-year-old broke up with that lady,
so
after
if you
5 years, that might hit them as hard as it might hit a 45-year-old.
it's the African thing. It's, you know, when we serious when we do this. So
I don't care if you're serious, nigga. Stand up, you the same height. Do it.
oh God! Cut that. No, so if you have a high school sweetheart and then right before y'all go to college, y'all split up, or if you're a person that was married and like I said, you're in your 30s and y'all divorce, there's levels to love. I think a divorce is far more serious than me breaking up with my high school sweetheart.
I think there's different levels to love, but if you love that chick, high school sweetheart, and y'all break up and you're heartbroken, you get a divorce and you're heartbroken.
Do you remember your high school sweetheart?
Yep.
No, Zante does.
Oh,
that was my brother.
Or did you even have a high school sweetheart?
I didn't have a high school. I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's like you said. That mental was different. I wasn't focused on at that time. I wasn't focused on finding a wife or falling in love or anything like that. I was going to school, playing sports.
well, I'm from the old school because they used to call it puppy love. I think stuff like that is puppy love. Like it's just child's play.
Yeah.
Sam be wanting to age yourself so much. Nigga, we all the same age. Like, you 30, nigga. Shit, at least 30.
I'm just saying that's how I view it.
Right.
Man, there's levels of love based on a bunch of different contexts. Like we're in our 30s, right? If we go back 50, 60, 70 years, people used to get married at 18 years old and used to be like really seriously about that life because you might have had to get married because you had to go off and fight a war and like didn't have like college and like us as like millennials, we kind of have like I feel like an extended adolescence, like young adulthood, to where we could kind of take love less seriously. Where a lot of people were waiting until I'm in my 30s to get married, or I've been divorced once. Now I'm waiting until my 40s, like pushing things off. To where people in the past is like, yeah, they just took love, I guess, way more seriously. And then for them, love wasn't just like infatuation feelings, right? Love was actually like the foundation of the family. Like now, you know, divorce rate's super high. People are quick to leave. But a lot of times back then, they're like, all right, no, I'm with you, 18, 19. We're going to stay together. We're going to build more of like a friendship, love, building around a family, almost like a business-like relationship. So there's a lot of different contexts. Like there's a generation we live in. There's where you're at in life. Like I've been in relationships when I was 20, 21 years old where I was actually really, really in love, but it just wasn't a priority for me because I was in love with doing other things, right? So I feel like you can be 21 and you could be really mature, fall deeply in love, and stay with someone for the rest of your life. And then, like you said, I think you could be 40 and have your life so like mismanaged and you're still in that young mindset that you're incapable of being in deep love because you don't have that mental. So there's definitely levels to it, but I don't think it's like a black and white, like you're X age and then you can't be as serious as someone who's older. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know.
That's
Me
why I
just
look at
becoming 32 years old, I feel like I'm just now realizing exactly what love means to me. So it took me, 32 years to figure it out. Now I feel like I'm happy and I'm at a peace with myself, but I'm in love with myself more so than anybody else. And that's, I think that's the first step to actually find out if there's a level to love, if there's a love language or whatever there is. You have to be in love with yourself and love yourself first.
Yeah,
The only reason I say it is because in your early 20s, you got to go through the whole phase. You got to wild out. Because that's what's going to help you learn how to love at a later age.
I don't think you have to go through that stage. I feel like no. I feel like
the whole audience is saying,
I don't think you have to go through like a whole phase. I feel like you shouldn't be so inclined to want to date one person. You definitely want to meet people before you tie yourself down and be like, I'm 22 and I'm married now. I just couldn't see that going, for my life. I wasn't raised that way. shit, in my family, I think there's only like 4 or 5 marriages in the whole family. So,
But
Yeah,
who is it?
I got like
Yeah,
2.
you got to go through your whole phase. Like, who's happier? Who's happier, the dude with 200 bodies or the guy who met some girl when he was 19 and he actually just loves her and he just been with the same girl his whole life? Who knows who's better?
I'm just going to assume that the guy that was 19 literally is probably divorced or whatever. Not
Yeah,
by
that's what I
now.
was gonna say. I feel like probably 100% clip. Let's say 99.9 just for IO.
From Rutgers.
I think the ones that get in a relationship early, like 22, 21, 23, and get married, I feel like all those are divorced.
Yeah.
Divorce is at 50%.
But I feel like that's 99.9.
Bro,
I should've
F a
been talking
divorce.
this. Sounds better.
Just coping with it after it's all said and done. Just imagine how that person is going to deal with it versus a person that went through that phase. Because all of a sudden, like, if you 25, you break up with your high school sweetheart, and that's the only person you've been with, shit. You better, check on this man.
Yeah, he's definitely going to tackle somebody.
Right.
Hey,
Come holla at
where
me.
he at? Now you got a person who went through that whole phase, 25, 26, relationship ended. You got a person right there that's like, hey, you know what? I'm cool, man. I'm going to hit my guys up. I'm going to bounce back.
At what age should you be done being a hoe?
It all depends.
Hold on. I heard Ayo clear his throat.
It all depends, bro.
Oh, no. Doesn't matter.
He got married and divorced. Now he going back into it.
You can live your life. I gave myself, I don't know,
Huh?
3 to 5 years.
He not going back to a relationship.
You going home for 3 to 5 more years?
He said,
Yeah. Until I get back in a relationship
All
when
right,
I'm
cool,
like 35.
perfect.
Damn,
I'm going to buy a house and everything.
We together,
plan.
man. Me and you, love.
Going on a road trip.
Out here getting it.
Damn, I had something too off of that. Fuck, I forgot who it was.
No, but look
I just took
like
the whole
like
right out of you. Forgot your question, huh?
look like
Never have I ever been.
Dan Balzerian. He's going to stay single for the rest of his life.
You know,
And he'll be content with
he
that. I
has
think.
like some
50 something like
crazy.
Yeah.
What happened? Like he was supposed to die, right?
He's had like 3 heart attacks.
Yeah.
Cocaine overdoses.
No, like before.
Oh
that.
God!
Like he had like some type of thing that happened to him, like some type of hereditary thing. So he was supposed
really?
to die. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna
Oh,
live."
is that why he
my
started
life.
YOLOing?
Yeah, and he started just
Well,
wild.
that's a big respect then.
Yeah.
But he's been doing that shit. I mean, you ain't dead, nigga. You might as well chill now.
Right. Well, you should probably stop going to the club when they look at you funny for being in the club.
For real. So I do have a guy
Can't be
code
45
now,
with
nigga.
I got a guy
45
code
with the
question.
Yeezys on.
Guy code question. If you would have sex with a girl and you just rather be friends with that girl, can she start talking to your friends thinking that that's his soulmate?
So if you already asked this, but if you had sex with her already
Yeah.
and you guys are friends,
Yeah.
which we talked about last week, right? And then she wants to chop with your homie,
Right.
would you let her?
That's
that
the
what you're saying?
question. That's the question.
Would you?
Or is that like, nah, you can't talk to none of my homies?
I don't care what
go
you
ahead. Do your
I
thing.
don't care what you do. What you do.
But would you?
I don't
If-
think
if
I've had that
it's-
situation, but I would.
But if
I don't
she
care.
like if there was a chick that smashed my homie and then she tried to talk to me and I know that,
Yeah. You're not going for it?
no.
Yeah.
You said
No.
smash my homie. Oh yeah, I wouldn't do it if
Yeah,
I was
no.
a friend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't chop.
But if I smashed and she wanted to talk, go
Do your
her.
thing.
Like, if it's
Yeah,
like
do
is it
whatever
like
you
a
wanna do.
relationship?
I don't know.
Like was the guy and the girl in a relationship? Or
They were just hooking
fucked?
up.
Oh,
You struggle with letting go, don't you?
What? How this question come back on me?
yeah. You see, when I used to ask the questions, y'all niggas just try to get at me.
Oh, what do you mean? I struggle with letting go. Where is that in this damn note? Like,
sweating. Take
I
the
ain't
beanie off.
sweating. I don't got no hair. No, I need a haircut. That's why I got the beanie on. I'm
saying you struggle with letting go.
That shit BDB. It's BDB, so I can't
That
show
Tim
it.
shit.
Yeah. So,
This is an easy question.
do I struggle with letting go?
Yes.
I feel like everybody does.
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh shit! Now we're going there.
So you
Fuck that
okay.
question.
No, I'll answer it because he asked it.
You.
No, he asked about struggling to let go. Fuck.
I didn't ask.
I've had trouble
Hold on.
in the past.
What's going on? What is going on?
They
Yo,
cross from each other. We should never did this.
he
cross
he got a
examined
button.
me.
He got
Did
a
he
button
stare?
on you.
He gave me a fake shout out last week. I'm hot.
No, he gave me
what
cross examining. Now he's giving me some spam, so it's all good though. But
Wrap it up.
yeah, wrap it up to Tripping.
You didn't answer the question.
I answered it. I said I have in the past.
Yeah.
But I'm good.
What was
I'm
the question?
single now.
Do you care if the homie tries to get at a girl that you hit?
I don't care. Go for it.
He's gonna say yes. I'm gonna say no.
I would ask. Wait.
But you said
If I was the homie, I'd be like, yo,
I just say guy. Oh, no, go ahead.
If you like, shorty's pushing or pressing. So what should I do? Do you have a problem with it? If he says no, then cool. If he says yes, then all right, cool. Like case in point, we won't get into no details, but situation, that girl followed me, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is. And y'all told me the situation, so I was like, oh, unfollow.
Oh,
I think I missed that one. But I'm not going to say yes and no just because to please you. Motherfucker.
All right, that's the end of the episode. This nigga wilding right now.
So,
Nigga sound like Terrence Howard and Garrett died trying. Even though I'm wrong, I'm right. But
I feel like if the girl was, that interested in my friend, I say go for it. Only thing is, like, in my opinion, I couldn't be the guy that would be doing it because the whole time I'd be thinking about what they've been doing together, behind closed doors, like the dates and shit like that. Like, I'm supposed to, I don't know, live up to expectations or be better than that. I don't know.
Oh, so you
like I feel
couldn't let
like
it
I
go.
think too much. You said what?
So you couldn't let it go.
No, not that I couldn't let it go. I just want to let it rock.
Hold on, I got music for this too.
yeah, play some Keisha Cole.
I put it in my turn.
All right, one last thing, just kind of off of that. Do you think that you should speak about old relationships and new relationships?
Nope.
Ooh.
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
Right.
No.
There's no reason why you should know who I had sex with.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
If it's something that affects, like,
In what depth? Like, I guess
I
in
don't
what
know.
context? Yeah.
I mean, if it's a conversation that gets brought up
Body count
all the time,
No. Old relationships.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
No.
I think the only time it could be beneficial for sure, or actually warranted, I would say, is if it affects the relationship. So if it's something like if you have trust issues, right?
Like
And you
patterns and stuff,
like,
sure.
this is why I have
Yeah.
a trust issue because my last chick was doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is why I am like this. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like a burden, or if you're just trying to say, oh, my girl did this for me, like that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like or you could say like I expect you to support me in this because this is what I need as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. But if it's like, oh, my girl did it like this, you should do it like this. Like, nah, that's why.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
feel like it's going to open up a whole new can of worms that I ain't trying to be a part of because, I don't know, sometimes you just don't know how girls take answers that you give them. Like, you can't handle the
Emotionally.
truth. You can't handle the truth. So I'm not going to be like, yo, in my last relationship, this is what's going on. All of a sudden, there's going to be like 50 other fucking conversations coming up, and I ain't trying to have it.
I'm just not trying to hear it, man.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear. Well, Curtis used to do this. Curtis was this.
Who the
Curtis.
fuck is Curtis?
Exactly. I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
Yeah, no.
Hold on, let me go through Instagram real quick. fam.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Find this
Yeah.
nigga.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly what he's talking about. Like, I like, don't compare me to nobody you've been with. I don't want to hear about nobody you've been with because it's going to start a whole nother conversation that you just don't want to have with a person that you're trying to love and have a love level with and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to start clean, right?
Yeah.
And I think like with the exes, everybody always like you have different things happen in your past relationships, and then it's almost like if you dwell too much on your past, you're gonna create like a self-fulfilling prophecy with your new relationship. So
Yeah.
you see people like, oh, I always date guys who are like this, I always date girls like this. It's like, yeah, because you haven't let go of that old shit, and you're like subconsciously creating behaviors that are
Right.
like attracting that same type of person into your life.
Right.
Or if you're with somebody who says they're not that person, subtly you're gonna like nudge them and do little subconscious things. So like, fuck it, I'm gonna be that person. You're gonna paint them into that
Self-sabotage
corner.
Bro.
that Tim
It's
was
self-sabotage
talking about.
behavior. So you should start clean.
Can the 6'4 Plus Club chime in? What is y'all laughing and giggling at? What?
First of all,
You said, just like a nigga was preaching, bro.
I was laughing at
Both
the
y'all just-
audience. Reading the audience is hilarious when these
No.
questions are
Oh,
read,
yeah,
because
that shit happens.
yeah, you can see the
I can't
personal-
see everybody in the audience. That's the reason
Can't
I
see
ain't
over the
looking.
table.
Stand up.
I'm not standing up again.
yeah, the
Can't see
nosebleeds
everything.
are a little high right now.
Y'all forced my hand.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to people at the top one more time. We see y'all.
Barely.
The Alabama
Barely.
dude still there? I don't know.
Nah, we kicked him out. Curtis got him out of here.
Yeah, you,
So we can't use imagination. We can't use imagination. I can't just make up a name. I don't know Curtis. Do we know? Do you know
I mean,
Curtis?
Have some courtesy,
I don't know
Curtis.
Curtis.
Oh,
If I need to find Curtis, let me know.
right. We'll pull up on Curtis.
there is not a Curtis.
Be
he
Curtis.
might be in the audience. I don't know.
He definitely ain't anybody.
You know,
He
you know
not,
what
oh,
I'm
so you
saying?
know who it is?
Curtis It's on site, boy. No, let's go.
You know what I'm talking about? All right, so let's open this thing up.
phone down.
So, audience, thank you guys one more time for joining us. We want to give you guys an opportunity to ask.
Yes.
Oh, quiet. The neighbors. You hear it now. Go ahead.
Fuck is this? We got
Y'all done practiced them claps.
We want to give you guys an opportunity. Oh, shout out to T-Row too. But want to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions or ask us anything that you guys want us to talk about that we didn't. We got a little bit of time here. Anything from anybody.
There's no time limit. Y'all can ask us so many questions.
Yeah,
y'all want.
But we
They'll
do have
ask
some
a
blank
question
stuff right here. Anybody got anything right now? Because I can keep going.
Rick, I know you got some.
Go ahead. Oh, we got a lady right in the 15th row back here. Go ahead. Wait, we want questions, not comments.
Suggestions. Leave all suggestions
What
in
you
the box
mean?
down
What you
below.
mean?
Like in a good thing, good way.
Okay.
First mistake.
Got it. So, to what she's talking about, I just feel like
Repeat it because
okay. So she's a black woman who feel like black dudes aren't into her. Is it okay for her white guys to date her? That's kind of pretty much what the premise of the question is. To clarify what I was talking about in the beginning, I just feel like I've had problems dating some white women because of like their families.
Yeah.
So I feel like that pressure that's been put on me from that situation, I just don't want that put on like my sisters. Because now I feel like I gotta protect them because like it's the man of the house kind of thing. So, to answer that question, I'd say go for it. If somebody's actually into you,
But she said no.
Oh, you don't like white dudes? We need to get her on the podcast.
Damn. Brad wasn't hitting it right.
for the other audience members, I feel like go for it. Be happy. Be happy with who wants you.
I think exactly. I think we've said that before. Like you attract who you're attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it works. Like end of the day, like you can kind of build the woman in your mind, but the women that want you and you want are going to come in your face. Well,
Yeah.
Yo.
Now that's a moment.
But that was a woman. But it was
button.
funny. Hit the button on that nigga.
Hit 2 buttons. Give him 2 buttons.
Can we pause? You need to pause too.
All right, whatever. You have a problem with women coming in your face?
That's not what you said.
That's
I
coming
did,
from
actually. That's
him.
exactly what I said.
Man.
That's not what he said.
Sorry, Mom. My mom's
no.
killing me about these podcasts.
That's not what he said.
She started going backwards, though. So we good.
But no,
Once she gets
with
that
you,
locked, though,
with you
right.
bringing that up and then with you elaborating on it, I've never even thought about that because I have 4 sisters and I'd never even thought about the fact with them dating a white dude and having to meet the parents and just the fact that anytime you deal with with the older white male, they want to be so superior to everybody.
Right.
And just imagining my 20-some-year-old sister going to somebody's house and just having this person just disrespect her because she may not be too good for his son. I'd wring the dude's neck.
So I feel like when it's interracial on that
Force
side,
my hand.
The son, the white son, that family accepting, like it's the son, like they accepted it. Whatever he's doing, they're gonna accept that.
I've seen plenty of movies.
On the other hand, with being a black man with the white girl, like you said, that's when it's the baby girl. Her, no, you're not gonna be dating this black dude, anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and traditionally, you see people that get upset about like black men dating white girls are usually black women, and then the other way around, black men getting upset about black women dating white dudes. But like, I don't give a fuck. Like, date who you want to date. Like, it doesn't.
But I think it's twofold too, because like I've also brought white girls home to my family, and they're like, "Why you got a white girl?" And it's like, "The fuck you want me to date? I'm gonna date who I want. Like, who wants to date me? So black families do it the same way that white families probably do it to us.
They do.
My
in
family's
their
been
own way, right?
Yeah.
Or see, yeah.
Where's the seasoning?
Why don't you get a white?
Yeah,
why don't you get a black girl? It's like where are other black girls?
Sarah wants
It's
to know why
like-
her
black-
seasoning is in her stocking.
It's like, I mean, it's like, it's all about where you're at. Like, I don't think I really messed with any white girls until I really moved here. You know,
Sorry
like,
for you.
Nah, I'm great. Trust me.
You live in California? You ain't got no white girls?
No, we really don't have a lot of white women.
Shit, you
We
better
got
go to San
everything.
Diego.
We got a lot of white women, but you don't. Nah, I'm cool.
I had too many insecurities growing up, so black women kept it real with me. They thought I was corny.
I mean, you
Black
are.
black girls thought I
Back
was corny.
then
They
or
thought,
still?
they thought I was corny growing up.
Hey, look,
but
back
they
then
kept,
or still?
But they kept it honest with me. They still do. But corny's
It
cool
must be
now.
a 6 foot
Yeah,
thing.
somewhat.
yeah.
Corny has
nerd.
always been cool.
Not back then.
Like,
I was too nerdy for the black girls.
Nope.
So back then they didn't want you.
How many of these girls that y'all be looking on Instagram really got like a no homo, like a fine ass dude? They date some cornballs.
Fine ass dude.
What the fuck you want me to say? Hey, but I said no homo.
Yeah, but you could just be like a good looking guy. Like,
But if I say, hey, look,
You could just say handsome.
look, if I say no homo, I'm allowed to get away with whatever I want to say.
yeah, man, I'm not calling
no,
no nigga
no.
fine
That
ass
is not
dude.
the
Fine ass dude.
No. He's looking around for.
Look, the whole
hey,
like that.
Hey, they
Get the exercise.
Hey, they
for
do
this
be some
motherfucker.
cornball, but what you were saying before, you're like, oh, I'm never going to see that girl, blah blah blah. Them type of girls, they're with cornballs, so obviously you could pull up and find them, right?
Don't
Damn.
ever use what I
Call
said
back
off the record.
All right,
Vulcan
cool.
logic.
Appreciate that. Anybody else got anything?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh
It's a
shit.
good question.
That's like an IO question. Oh, I don't think we got enough time for that. We gotta go.
So yeah,
Okay, I know myself.
repeat the question.
All right, so she asked the lady in the front. What row is that? 21. Row 21. She asked, "How long should in a relationship? How long should you wait for your partner to find themselves?
Yeah.
Find themselves?" But I'm gonna kind of undercut that a little bit and say that we're always trying to find ourselves. I don't think we're ever done on that journey.
Motherfucker, if I
But-
give you my address, you better find yourself quick. 'Cause I ain't got time to wait for you. So
Can we cut his mic?
no, yo.
Yeah, I don't.
But go ahead. I know you got some shit.
Oh no, I mean,
No, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. She has some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go if y'all don't got
It's like
nothing.
a
go ahead.
split.
Go ahead.
You mean like
Yeah, so
split up and
I think that
focus on-
should. I think if you're in a relationship, and you guys both care about each other deeply, I think both you guys should be helping each other grow. So if you have something going on, if you're my girl, you have something going on, and I can assist in any way that I can, even if it's just like verbal support. You know, it might not be monetarily, it might not be me taking like helping you build. If it's a brand, I don't know. Whatever it is you're trying to do, I'm gonna try to help as much as I can, even if it's just as simple as, hey babe, you got this deadline at 2 o'clock today. You know what I'm saying? Like remind you on shit like that, little shit like that. I think in a great relationship, that's what it takes. I think you guys should be trying to build each other up the entire time.
Yeah, what I
Like-
say last week?
I don't know.
If it don't evolve you, it shouldn't involve you.
Okay, yeah.
I checked my pocket. I got the revolver.
So now he wants to rap.
But yeah, so I think
LA's changed.
I think we should. I think that's the whole point of like
Hold
a,
on.
of
Here's
a great
the-
relationship.
Here's the hardest thing though, because women, y'all mature. Women, y'all mature. No. See,
I like seeing the reactions from the women when he says that. Women, y'all.
y'all mature far quicker
Oh,
than
this
males.
is good.
Like, and that's facts. So you saying that is real, because for men, I feel like, and I talked about it earlier on my story, where there's this never ending finish line that we're trying to chase. But then like with women, I feel like you guys have gotten to the point where you know exactly what you want. You know who you want. And then for us, we feel like we're never too good for you. And so sometimes what happens is we want to be in the relationship, but we feel like we can't focus on that relationship because we want to provide and give you the things that we feel you deserve, but we're not there yet. And so a lot of times what happens is I just think we do it to ourselves, where we don't want to be distant from you, but we're actually doing it for you. Mm-hmm. Damn, now women going.
I can vouch. No, I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that. I was in a relationship where I definitely was like struggling to like elevate myself in my life, and I think that took me mentally away from the relationship. Like I was so focused on trying to gain shit here, gain shit there, that I kind of stopped focusing on the relationship part. And I think that's where your partner can kick in and say, hey, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You want to get this done? I understand that.
Yeah.
But I need that. I need something from you at the same time. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I was in a relationship where it was the opposite of that. I was trying to please the relationship so much where I couldn't focus on myself. It was like, I got to make sure this relationship is 100%, 100%, 100% every day. Now I'm losing, what I actually want to do in my life, trying to please a relationship.
I think that going to the question, I think that it comes down to that communication, because if you're giving them time to focus on themselves and get their stuff together, and you notice that there's been no progress, so what are they really focusing on? You got to have that conversation. But if you take that time and you are seeing progress, they find themselves, and it's taking longer than you thought, as long as you're having that communication between the two and you can figure it out together, I think that's the best thing. I don't think you can put a timetable on, hey, I'm going to give you 3 months. If you don't figure this out, then bam, it's over. I think you got to have that communication.
Yeah, I definitely think it's like the level of seriousness, right? So if they're saying they're trying to find themselves or working on themselves, well, are they actually doing that? So if they're saying, oh, I'm going to look for this job, I'm working on this business, but they're playing Xbox, but they're chilling and they're loafing around, and that's another way to judge it. But you can have somebody who, like, they're really not getting the results whatsoever, but they're working on it every single day. And I think the more kind of self-centeredness you have, or like being centered within yourself to where you're not dependent on the other partner, kind of determines how long you're able to give them that leash, right? So for someone who has a partner that's really trying to grow, you have to be a really kind of grounded, centered person that doesn't need a whole bunch of attachment, that doesn't need a ton of attention, because you're like, hey, I'm over here, I'm good. I know that when my partner goes out and gets everything done, they're going to come back to me, and I'm already whole either way. So it's like almost not having like complete detachment from them, but just trust that they can have distance. And I think a lot of people who are with somebody who's kind of in that floating around phase, the reason why they don't want them floating around is because they're worried about, losing that person. Like maybe if they get too deep into their ambitions, like what if this person grows and then they realize that the things they've grown into have actually grown beyond me? So I think that's another fear that people have too. So I think if you're secure in yourself, you kind of have to let them go and find themselves, and you're going to be good enough, like living with the result either way, because anything less than that, like neither of the people are going to be happy.
Yeah, did you guys pick those up? Those gems right there? I wanted to make sure you guys picked those up.
Everybody in the audience look down.
Psychoanalysis.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. That's dope.
Yeah, that was good. Did that?
The answer? Good.
All right. We can do one more. We got Arrow.
Do we got one more question left?
T-Row, you got something?
Not all at once.
Yeah, Terrence, you reply to the Instagrams a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think.
What's up, man? What's really in mind? Y'all niggas be talking about bullshit.
Can you tell them who T-Row is, though, to us, though?
All right, so Terrence Rowe, that's our little photographer, man. You know what I'm saying? We support
Our
black
big
business.
photographer, man.
I mean, bigger than y'all. But nah, so T-Row holds us down for the photograph. So you guys see we spam you guys a lot with our photos, and it's most likely by Terrence. You can find him at Terrence Rowe. I'll put it on the description too. Is it just Terrence Rowe or Terrence Rowe Photography? At the Terrence Rowe.
Put
That's
some
right.
respect on his name.
Yeah.
The.
He just banged on me.
Nigga.
Yeah. All right, cuz. I know he was in the service, fam, but whatever. Nah, but what's up? You got something for us? Oh, okay.
Oh, I love Asians.
Shut up. Yeah.
Damn.
All
right, that's
so
a good
his question. His question was, how do we feel about dating other minorities? So black, Asian, black.
I feel like the Asian parents would be the most racist.
Oh, I love Asians.
I think so too. I think so
I feel
too.
like Asian parents would be the most racist out of anyone that you try. Or Indians.
Asian. Yeah.
Asians, Indians.
And her family
I feel like
love me.
Asians and Indians are like the two they really don't want you dating their race.
I think culturally, those probably would be the toughest in a sense. You know,
Or if they're Asian women, they usually end up, maybe they date white men, but definitely not black men.
Right.
Often.
and Chappelle got an Asian chick.
But yeah, not
That's
often. I feel like
Chappelle,
there's-
fool. He can get any girl he wants.
I mean, he had her.
No, I feel like it's a harder climb, like with Asians, especially like, have you ever seen an Indian woman and a black guy together married? I don't think I
I'm
have.
going to change that.
you just said your whole preference 110% of the time
I'm
is
going to go out
white,
and find him one.
white people.
What are you going to ask us where to find them?
I'm going to go. Where
better go to Mayo, get them doctors,
India Curry House up the road.
No, but no, for real, like, not even like
We getting canceled.
That's where the fuck they work.
no, like I wanted to date more black women if were more around, and then all different cultures. Like I think I just ended up dating white women almost exclusively out of like happenstance. Like there was no plan for this shit to happen, and it's not like I'm not open to like I would date Asian women, Latino women, black women, African women. I've even dated a quote unquote like full African girl. You know,
I mean,
things
I've
like
dated Asian, Cambodian, a Mexican, white, and Puerto Rican.
So we ain't got enough time to talk about who we done dated. Us
No, like
minorities,
that's like real.
because now it's my turn. So
You've only dated white, so you can't.
No, I've dated white girls, of course, but I lost my virginity to an Asian girl. Like you said, you know, bringing them home. I had to sneak through the fucking window to get in the house anyway. So
Oh, damn.
it wasn't going on. So you know, I've been Mexican and things like that. African, the sisters, they like. I don't think they like me.
No, they don't.
Like what, like what did Drake say? I think I'm like too white to be black and too black to be white. Whatever the fuck the quote is, but I feel like that's what it is with me. So I don't know. Not opposed
Can
to
anybody
it, but
vouch for that song, please?
Yeah, it's the one where he's like,
I used
I
to
know
be
what
teased
song
being black,
yeah,
but now I'm
yeah,
black.
yeah.
But I'm
But I'm not black enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant.
Ain't that emotionless? No,
I don't.
Nah,
I
that's,
don't care what the song is, but
okay,
you know,
sorry.
now you know what it is. But
oh, that's You and the Six. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah,
He's
so
fast on that. Okay.
there's a real Drake fan over there.
Hold on.
Waiting for his roses.
So we talked about
I hate when
Indian
they get
women
Googles.
initially, right?
Priya Chopra.
Or relationships.
Priya.
So
Priya Ray.
it's prearranged. But
Oh my
we
God.
was watching the
No,
show.
wait, what? I'm talking about the girl's
Indian
name,
matchmaker.
Priya.
No, we were watching
Priya Ray,
I
porn
love
star.
A Mama's Boy, right? And we was watching this show, I Love a Mama's Boy, and it was a
Where do you find
Indian.
these shows, nigga?
Yeah. You don't find them.
I don't find them. It was an Indian male, and he was dating a Asian woman, right? Wasn't she Asian? She was Asian, and the Indian mom put a kibosh to the whole thing.
Canceled it.
Like she canceled the whole thing. She wasn't having it, and then they actually had a date where she had a prearranged lady there. Buddy came through with his current girlfriend, the Asian woman, and he's like, "Mom, what is going on here?" She was like, "No, you're not going to be with this lady." So I've always thought Indian women were attractive. I really have, and I think they're gorgeous. But put myself in that position, I'm like, it wouldn't even be worth it. So I've never even.
Nah, you don't know that.
I'm just saying because it's prearranged marriage, man. Like that, they
Yeah,
about
that's
that
why I
life.
said culturally that might be the toughest. Like,
I think like Middle Easterns are like
That's what
some
I'm
of the
saying,
most
like,
finest
yeah.
women on the earth.
okay,
Like I want to take a trip to Dubai, bro.
we can go. I'm with it. I'm with the shits.
I ain't got
go.
no stamps. I'm ready to get them.
This nigga had his passport for a minute too. I remember
My
when he got
passport
that
since
shit.
18. I was geeked one night. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take some trips. Ain't been nowhere.
Went to
That thing-
Vegas.
We ain't got no
real
food
talk?
stamps, no motherfucking passport stamps.
I got no stamps either, bro.
Yeah, no,
I got no stamps.
It's sad.
Wait, did I get stamped when I went on the cruise? Do they stamp me? No, we don't. That ain't got no stamps.
We the stamp.
that?
Don't?
Is that
We the five
that-
stamp list.
All right.
You got one?
It's a food stamp.
I got them. Let me hold that.
That's why African women don't like you.
Shut your.
Shut your ass up. All right. Are we good? Y'all got anything else?
Now we can wrap it.
Oh,
What'd
I didn't hear you.
What traditionally?
Shit, they wouldn't let us cry when we got beat.
The question is, how come a lot of black men don't let the tears fall in front of a woman?
I think women on the surface want you to be vulnerable, but subconsciously they'll hold it against you.
That's that Milwaukee shit. Hey, we don't need none of that over here.
I don't.
We got to call. What's the nigga name again? The security guard?
T-Row.
Nah. Curtis? Curtis.
No, but no, for real though. I think that they say they want you to be vulnerable and quote unquote weak. And on a logical level, you probably do want that. But I think on a subconscious level, you might resent it a little bit. And it's like a lot of times we're like talking about men and women. Like look at the way like a lot of men and women will talk about who they want on paper, and then their behavior shows the type of people that they actually do.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing when it comes to. I think vulnerability is a thing that a lot of women say they want on paper, but subconsciously it turns them off.
Yeah, I think that a lot of us are a product of our environment. So growing up, I don't think any of us seen other black men crying. So and people that we look up to, we don't see them crying growing up. So it's one of those things where, you know, you're talking shit with your homies and stuff like that, you're not about to cry, or you're not about to see somebody crying. It's, oh, that's a punk over there. He crying,
Little
stuff
bitch.
like that. Yeah. So it's you get away from that. You get away from that. So I don't know.
My pops said he loved me till I was 30.
Damn.
Nigga, my pops never told me because I never met him. So whatever.
I wouldn't say that. But yeah, that's a key part too. Like
Fuck it.
how you're grown up, how you're raised. Like we never, like I love my mama to death, fam. Like no question. Like I'll take a bullet for her right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think until more recently, we probably say we love each other more often because
Same.
we lose like 3 family members a year. You know what I'm saying? So,
That-
but other than that, we didn't grow up doing that. We didn't grow up hugging each other. We didn't grow up walking out the house saying I love you. But it was known. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's just how we were raised.
You said you went back home because you wanted to be closer with your pops.
Yeah.
And at 32, you can say that. At 22, you wouldn't be able to say that. So what I'm
I was
saying
still
is,
out there, but yeah, go ahead.
well, what I'm getting at is, I remember now that I'm seeing my father get older, it's actually hitting me.
Yeah, fam.
And it never hit me before because I always thought he was Hulk Hogan. I thought my father was just the dude. And now I'm watching him at 70 years old, not being able to move the way he used to. And he still looks good, but I'm just like, oh damn, like this shit is like I'm watching it right before my eyes, and it hurts me because I'm like, damn, it's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just weird,
But it is though.
But it is.
That's what's crazy.
That's some shit that'll make me cry.
When did
Y'all two
I got
niggas
chills like
having
a
a moment.
motherfucker. Yeah, but
These two
when,
niggas up here having a moment.
Listen.
I'm like,
when did you realize
Where's my dad?
that your parents were humans? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why are you winking at nigga?
no, I was a blink.
Oh.
But when I
Does that
realized
make
my
sense?
parents were human, my mom, I feel like, has been human the whole time since I fucking met her. No, like real deal. It's real deal. She's a single woman. She raised 4 kids. Some
I got what
that's
you
some
mean.
powerful shit. Like like the whole time I've ever known her, I feel like she's been powerful, strong. Think about this whole room is just about me and my mom. So it's like I told y'all, like 2 weeks ago, I said like the way we grew up, it wasn't more so like mom, son. It was almost like sister, brother kind of situation where like we grew up together. Like, you know, she had my oldest sister at 19, she had me at 21, so she grew up, you know, raising her kids as a kid, basically. So, you know, that's all she ever knew, you know. So she's like the jokes in the room, and the apple don't fall too far from the tree because I'm like the same way. So yeah, I feel like the whole time I've never known my mom, I feel like she's been like human or like fucking immortal. And you know, as you say, like taking a bullet for somebody. Obviously, I'm gonna take a bullet from mom. I'm a mom's boy, you know. So put me on the episode too.
You just trying to be on all the shows, The Bachelor, Mama's Boy.
Hey, the more media I'm on, the better for the world.
whatever.
Okay, no, so I'm gonna elaborate real quick. So
gonna let
I
me
always feel my mother was superhero, like a superhero, right? And I think we're all relating on that. Where just until about a month ago, she had emergency surgery on her lower back leg because after all these years, just me constantly seeing her work, and whether it's Christmas, whether it's Halloween, whether it's gifts, things like that, like she would always come through and she just did it, right? And I'm just like, damn, like this is dope. I mean, I never thought nothing of it. Kind of same thing with the situation like my pops now. When as you see them getting older, you see them having surgeries, you seeing that their body is breaking down, and then you go, oh shit, because of all these years of all the shit that they were doing for us. But we took it. I took it for granted. I did, but now it's just I never realized how important family actually is until I've gotten older. Now, when it's time to take vacations, first thing I do is just like Texas. Like I don't think about anything else. I just want to go to Texas. I want to go see my family.
Word, yeah.
And it's weird. I don't even know when that shifted.
There's this comedy special by Aziz Ansari. And he had this opening bit where he was talking about like he like subtracted his age and like his parents' age and like how many times he visited him a year. He was like, oh yeah, like low key, like I'm only gonna see my parents like a handful of dozens of times before they're gone, right?
Word.
And so I think this past couple years, like my dad had health issues, my mom's getting older, and like even like this year with like COVID, like both of my parents like with their health profile could probably have died from COVID, like if they were to get it. And then my dad did it, and he did get it. I'm like, oh, holy shit. And then like he didn't even want to tell me right away, so he told me like kind of after he had already recovered and got better from it, shit like that. So it's like, yeah, this past couple years, like when I turned 30, is probably when I realized like my parents were mortal, especially because they had me like in their late 20s. So like my dad just turned 59, I think, and my mom's like 62. So it's like, damn, you do the math, average lifespan, you're like, shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing, man. Because I think I realized when I like fully grasped that no matter what, like everybody's gonna die. And then as we got older, and my mom's getting older, I'm like, damn, like there's gonna be a day where somebody's gonna call me or something like that. And
we gotta get off this.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's that's when I realized, like, man, my mom's human. Like, there's gonna be a day where
I think maybe more so we were thinking about like, I think like the original source of the question was when you realize like they actually had problems and shit when they weren't just your parents.
Yeah.
Since I was born.
Because like I remember thinking. Because I remember like just doing the
Yeah,
thing.
but I thought that shit was normal.
Like you ever hung out with people, you're like partying, getting wild, and like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, oh, I'm a teacher. Think of when you were a kid. You didn't think your teachers were out there wilding, doing crazy shit like that. Like you didn't see them as
Real talk
in that position.
Until I moved to this town, I always thought we were rich, right? Because I didn't know what rich was.
You
Grew
was
up
in
in South
Africa?
Dakota.
No, I'm saying like when you run into a city like this,
You
where
get
there's-
$8, you're a
bro.
man.
Like the friends of mine growing up here, doctors, lawyers, like that, right? So going to their house and seeing a pantry, I didn't even know what the fuck a pantry was.
Pantry.
Literally, the list goes on. It's just
Nigga, a house.
thank you.
Like, period,
Just
bro.
a house, period. I was going, hold the hell on. They're not living in apartments. You know what I mean? Like they're not sharing. Oh, this is my bedroom. This is my brother's room, and I'm going, whoa, y'all not sharing a bed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it never hit me until it actually hit me, and I was like, oh shit, man, like we're poor as shit. And it was just, but
Yeah,
my-
like
there's
it's
social media.
normal. Like
Yeah.
when I first got out here, I got close with this lady that went to Crossroads too, or not two. I coached there, but whatever. And she asked me like, "Your parents aren't married?" I was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even really remember them together per se, but I knew they were together when I was younger, obviously. Well, not obviously, but yeah. And she was like, "How's that? Like, was that weird growing up?" And I was like, "No, it's normal to me. Like, I don't know any other
Right.
any
That's all I
different."
know.
You know what I'm saying? But then I thought about it, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, people think that's like, I never thought it was weird that parents were together. You know what I'm saying? But she thought it was weird. She thought it was like a whole different reality, which it probably was, that I grew up with in a split parent household.
But then again,
know?
you would also mention that she's from Crossroads.
True. She went to Crossroads,
What is Crossroads?
a Bible college.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be together.
Yeah, true.
So earlier you said something about like not having a father, right? And I'm not gonna go in on it, but it's just one of them things where you probably didn't even understand how serious that was until you got older.
Now he said he was lying. He used to lie about it, right? You saying your dad
Oh,
was
yeah,
an
yeah,
NBA?
You used to say
yeah,
like your dad was an NBA because you had to
But
make,
you know, like it's not like an whatever apology to me or whatever. Thinking about like becoming vulnerable, opening up to it. I speak for almost like I don't even know what the percentage is, but it's got to be more than 50% of how
Don't say
many black kids
99.9.
grew up. Well, what do you think the percentage is of how like black kids growing up without a father in the home?
Yeah, shout out Joe Biden.
The shit is astronomical. So, I literally, I feel like I don't know what these two dudes doing off the camera.
let's say 6'4" plus club.
Yeah, growing up without a pops in the crib, it hit me. I say probably like at 16, 17, you know, the more when you start going to your friend's house and seeing what like a family, I guess, is supposed to be modeled as, like a father in the home, who's bringing home the money, the mom, stuff like that. So, but the spectrum was always different for me because my mom brought home the money. My mom cooked. My mom did this. My mom did that until I was old enough to be like, shit, I'm going to have to start getting it myself. Mm-hmm. You know? So I feel like at like 16, 17, that's when I was like old enough, like, damn, man, hold up. Mom's just doing this all by herself, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like once I got into like this life where I had to pay my own bills and like pay for myself, I thought about it, I was like, damn, my mom I don't know how the fuck we even ate, fam. We had 3 kids. My mom was by herself. Like, how the fuck did she pick me up? Like, how was I getting to school in the morning?
Right.
Like, she was, damn, nigga, like,
Right.
superhuman like a mug. But enough of the sad shit. Sorry, I don't even know how the fuck we got there. Sorry, guys. That's what happens here at the Five Mics
You
podcast.
trying to see us cry? That's what it was.
Yeah. So you wanted to see us cry.
No,
It almost
yeah.
happened.
Shout out to single moms because I only have my kid half the time, and I could not do that shit full time. There's no way.
And the house be running me out the fucking wall.
There's no way.
You're talking about a dog.
Hey, I'm gonna take that fucking dog back to Positive Clause, man.
Wow.
He be stressing me out. I'm like,
Enough
fuck.
for the sad shit.
No, I'm just playing around. That's
All
my
right.
dog.
We want
Also
to
got
thank.
120.
I'm in my feelings, man.
Shut up. Not just playing.
Tim has water eyes over
All right.
here.
We want to thank everybody for joining us again. Thank you guys in the audience. We appreciate that for sure. Make sure you guys get a flick. Tag us at 5MICS Pod on the Grammy. Shout out to Terrence Rowe. We'll put his information in there again for flicking us up. Shout out to my guys, Tim, Io, Monte, and James. We want to shout out to Disgruntled Brewing, of course. Once again, we done knocked back like 4 or 5 bottles. Sorry. We a little lit, a little slurred.
Hands.
Or what I say?
Bottles.
You know what I mean.
He's so LA.
Nah, I mean.
So LA.
I thought it was a 40. You know what I'm talking about? What you got on my 40, homie?
Young Lay.
Anywho, episode 26. We halfway there, fellas. We're gonna get to a year easy money. Y'all got anything? We good?
I don't want that blue check.
All right, we're getting that blue check like a mug. All right. Once again, stay up and pray up to your days up. This is at the 5MICS Pod on the Instagram. We got at Io the Author, at Tim Nella, at Black Adonis, at D.No, at Pastor Hops. Is that it? That's everybody?
Hops
At
Unleashed.
D. Terrence Rowe, at Hops Unleashed. If you
All
want to
that
plug,
shit, all that
let's
shit.
at Live Your Freedom. Io's book is on Amazon. Lifeclothing.com.
Yeah,
City Freeze.
get a copy from Dino.
I'm wearing blue Vans. What else you gonna shout out? Dude?
All right, what else? MacBooks, all that shit.
MacBook Pro Air.
You know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying?
Shout out to the live crowd.
Yeah, shout out. I already said that, but
He didn't even get
shout out
chance
to
to
the
take
people
a-
up top
take
for
a-
real, man.
Take a pic.
Oh, I
Any
got
real
mine.
flicks.
I got
did you?
mine.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I told him. You gotta communicate. All right, episode 26. We out of here.
Pristine judge of character, I see through your grins. I got love for a lot of folks I never speak to again. Sometimes your friends are hate for seeing you win. Bullets are squeezing your brim, your soul a flutter like a leaf in the wind.